FA bites back in referees row. That's the story on the back of the Telegraph Sport this morning. Jason Burton and Sam Dean, they write this morning that the FA will seek tough punishment for clubs who criticise referees. This is after charging Mikel Arteta for his rant in the wake of Arsenal's defeat at Newcastle. The FA is understood to be hugely concerned by Arteta's comments and the statement of support by Arsenal, who strongly backed their manager. Telegraph Sport understands the FA will meet with representatives of the leagues and managers association to warn that this sort of action will be taken against clubs if they support managers who criticise referees. The governing body is worried by the rising tide of disrespect towards officials and will now draw the line on this incident. Boys, you both have played the game. You think Arteta's gone too far?
Yeah,
Jamie?
I think he's out of order, mate. I think he's I think the decision that he's obviously moaning about. Look, we all know the referees, can have a bit of a stinker, and VAR has let teams down. But Gary O'Neill should be the one who should be coming out making statements because he's had some howlers. That decision that went against him against Newcastle. I've listened to it back on the Sky Sports stuff where they've actually looked at it and gone through the process of they got it. It wasn't conclusive that the ball was out. It wasn't a clear and obvious area that it was a foul on Gabriel. It's a goal. And, all right, it took time. All right, it took a few minutes, and that's frustrating, and they can improve that, and how can they make things quicker? But the decision was right. And for him to come out and slaughter the referees, when referees taking enough stick at the moment, and it just puts more pressure on referees and more stick coming their way, I think he's out of order, and I think he deserves a ban.
I totally agree, because what can a referee do now? They make a decision or they don't, and VAR come and help him. So just deal with it. Your team wasn't good enough on the day. Gabriel, come ahead of the ball and be strong. We've seen clips of him at Brazil this week, and his shoulder bar's one of the strikers. He should have been that strong in the box. He didn't deserve to win the game. It's not as if Arsenal were outstanding and they lost because they a bad decision. They weren't good in the game anyway, and Arteta likes that when his team's not doing very well and something goes against him. He can't help it. Toys out the pram. You can't do that.
But do you think now, boys, that the FA have got to be really, really strong and firm on clubs and managers that come out? Because it seems like it's becoming a common theme now. Certainly a lot of big name managers are coming out. They're going hard.
Coming out with a statement afterwards.
Yeah, the statement didn't make much sense, did it, at the time?
Well, they're backing the manager.
Yeah. Do you think Arteta's asked for that, perhaps? Do you think Arteta's gone, I need that?
No, I don't know if he's gone in and said he needs it. I think that, there is, they want to back him because, look, there are certain situations where we're not happy with VAR. It's not good enough. And, they're getting things wrong, and we sit here and we talk about it, and it is spoiling the game, I think, for not only the players, but for the fans as well.
People that pay the hard-earned money to go and watch.
People are paying a lot of money to go and watch games. My son and family went to watch Spurs game the other day against Chelsea, and he texted me saying, "We don't know what's going on." Yeah. It's just so so boring. I think that's the problem you've got with VAR. Is in the ground for the paying spectator. I think it's ruining it for them as well. But I just think Arteta's out of order, and we've got to be careful because referees, they take a lot of stick anyway, and we want people to encourage. You're talking about being young referees in the game, and if you're a young person now, you're looking and thinking, I don't know if I fancy that. The amount of grief and stick I'm getting 24/7.
I couldn't help it last week though. Blatant penalty on my daughter's team.
Oh,
Blatant
really?
penalty.
Oh, really? Yeah.
In the back, the girl was down, nearly crying with the arm on the back, elbow. I'm ref, it's a penalty. It's a penalty.
No, you wasn't.
How can you not see
You're a hypocrite, Gabby.
No,
you just done what Mikel Arteta's done.
I couldn't help it. They scored that. It got to 3-2.
Really?
Last couple of minutes, it just killed the game. I was like, ref, what's going on?
Did you write a statement to the league afterwards, complaining,
I didn't
moaning
get
at
back
the
by
standard
anyone.
of
The
referee?
club didn't back me.
Your daughter didn't back your complaint.
No one backed me.
Yeah, my son now plays for a team locally to me, and he's only 13. He started playing in his under 14 side. I'm like Gabs. I was on the side the other day, and because we've played, I'm standing there, I'm on a shout, and I'm like, I keep going to him, run, get stuck in, otherwise I'm going to drag you off. Right,
Really?
So I'm stood on the sideline. Gaffer, he texted me and said, look, obviously, we know obviously you're, you've been in the game for a long time, so instead of standing on the side, why don't you take the team on the Saturday? I'm now taking the under 14s team. I'm the gaffer now.
So Jamie O'Hara is back in management.
I'm back in management.
Are you enjoying it?
Well, I won 11-0 with my first first game, so
That Billy Ricky experience helping.
Yeah, it helped the experience of Billy Ricky.
Could this be the start of Jamie O'Hara's rise back into management? You never know.
Well, look,
stranger things have happened.
I said to the boys, listen, I know it's Sunday, I know you want to enjoy it, but I'm here to win, right? And I ain't getting out of bed on a Sunday morning to watch yous walk around a football pitch and have a laugh. We go out there and we go and win every tackle, boys.
And your son's just in the corner going, "Oh, Dad, what are you doing? Stop
talking."
TalkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the TalkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. TalkSPORT.